Then please remain standing as UW Stevens Point singer Christian Malordi sings our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. May I have your attention? Please review your program for emergency directions. In the event of a fire or other notification to evacuate the building, proceed in an orderly fashion to your nearest exit. Once evacuated, move away from the building a minimum of 200 yards and follow emergency personnel instructions. If after evacuation, refuge is required, those exiting to the south should proceed to the Science Building across 4th Avenue to rooms D101 and D102. And those exiting to the north may proceed to Neal Residence Hall or DeVoe Dining Center. For all other emergencies, follow the directions of emergency personnel. Thank you for your cooperation in making this a safe ceremony.
Well, good morning. Welcome. I'm Bernie Patterson, and it's my honor to serve as chancellor at the University of Wisconsin, Stevens Point. And on behalf of our faculty, our staff, and our students, welcome to the 2012 Spring Commencement. Wow, what a beautiful rendition of our national anthem. Kristen and our concert band, every time I hear you perform, every time I hear that music, I get goosebumps. And so, thank you for a great rendition of our national anthem. I think you should thank you. As I was walking in, one of our staff standing in the back of the arena said, "This is the best graduation has ever looked ever." And that's because about 100 people worked countless hours to make it so. Led by Brittany Rossman, but all the staff in university relations and facility services and our IT department, and across this university, the print shop and everywhere, have gone to great lengths to make this a very, very special day. And so please thank Brittany and all those who helped her make this possible. Well, we want to extend our most sincere greetings to our guests, but especially to our parents and our family and friends and supporters of our graduates. There are 1,291 seniors graduating today, and they're doing this because you helped make it happen. Because of your sacrifices and your support and your encouragement, they're here today. Graduates, obtaining a college degree is a major milestone in your life. Very few of you got here totally on your own. Parents sacrificed, paid tuition. Husbands and wives had a lot of make-do, leftover dinners because you had to work on a term paper. Younger brothers missed playing video games with you because you had to study. And older sisters missed those times together because you had to prepare for a test. And best friends missed hanging out with you because you had to finish that research assignment. So I want to take a moment, graduates, for you to thank these important individuals in your lives, but I want to do something first. There's a little audience participation here, I think it's called for. So I'm going to ask all parents and grandparents of our graduates today to stand, and please remain standing. If you're able, please stand. If you're a parent or a grandparent, one of the graduates, please stand up. Now hold your applause. Now, if you are a grandparent or a great-grandparent, please join me. Please remain standing, and the parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents. And now, joined by the brothers and sisters of our graduates, would you please stand? And the husbands and wives, please stand. And the children and the grandchildren of our graduates, and the aunts and uncles, would you please stand? Other relatives, neighbors, friends, and supporters, would you please stand? All right, you get the point. Now, graduates, now, look around. Look, or take a good look around you. See how you are surrounded by this love and this support. And take a moment, graduates, to look inside, to think about what all this means, and to remember those loved ones who couldn't be here today. I know some of you are thinking if grandmother could only see me walk across the stage, and I think she can. Now, graduates, now is the time to say thank you, and I want to hear you loud and clear. On your feet! Thank you very much. Please be seated. I like an old-fashioned thank you. But my daughter, primarily, and my wife, and the colleagues I work with tell me we live in a different era today. And so there's other ways to say thank you. So graduates, I want you to do this. I want you to take out those mobile devices that you have. We don't even call them phones anymore. I know you got them. Take them out. And there's 3 of you that turned them off like you were supposed to. Turn them back on. Turn them back on. And I want you to send a text. And I'm going to I'm going to dictate to you what you're going to put in that text. You ready? I want you to say, "Dear Mom," or "Dad," or "Sweetheart, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you." We'll wait while you get that done. And now we're going to find out how many other phones are out there in the audience that didn't get turned off, because you're all going to beep, and that's okay. Normally, I would have included the faculty in this acknowledgement and the staff. I didn't today, and I didn't for a reason. Because there's someone else that has expressed our gratitude to our faculty and staff much better than I ever could. Just days ago, a letter crossed my desk, written by a student, to the faculty and staff of his department. It is nearly 2 pages long, single-spaced, so too long for me to read, but I have paraphrased it, and I will read a significant portion of it to you now because I think it tells a story much more so than I could ever tell. So this student writes, "I can tell you unequivocally that 2 years ago, I had zero direction or professional motivation in my life. I worked in a mind-numbing job and was on academic probation for the second or third time. I kept registering for school because that was the thing to do, and then skipping all my classes. But then this student got connected, really connected with a subject that grabbed him. And he writes, I watched every documentary I could find, and I read as much as I could understand. Every new truth revealed to me was more captivating than the one before. The math was and remains difficult. I remember getting an almost painful look from my math professor as he handed back my first math quiz in almost 7 years. I couldn't remember anything from high school. Again, I was failing school. This time, however, I didn't skip class, and I didn't give up. I kept going and succeeded on the promise of amazing and fascinating opportunities will present themselves if I never give up. Then you made it happen. I was hired to work with the faculty and staff in my department. My only qualification, caring a lot about the subject. So instead of spending 10 hours a week with my brain on autopilot, I am now able to spend time learning more about the discipline and passing that information on to others. This is the part I really like. He continues, it taught me that knowing a bunch of really cool stuff isn't nearly as much fun as teaching that stuff to other people. Soon after I was hired to work in my department, I was asked by one of the faculty members to assist her in a research project. Again, I brought nothing to the table. And again, it didn't matter. She took me on and was infinitely patient. She walked me through the research process again and again. She never showed frustration when I had a hard time wrapping my head around something. She told me I was traveling to Arizona to work in a world-class research facility as an undergraduate. This experience led to more opportunities to work with the grant throughout the summer instead of painting houses. Finally, UW Stevens Point sent me to Puerto Rico to be taught by some of the foremost experts in my field. The awesomeness of this experience pretty much speaks for itself. The student concludes with this thought. 2.5 years ago, I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life mixing paint. During this time, my department has demonstrated both a remarkable faith in its students and an eagerness to nourish their academic and professional development time and time again. Every opportunity I have received from my department is both a reward and an expectation. So thank you so much. You've all proven to me again, if you never give up, the passionate pursuit of a goal will often lead to something even greater than you ever imagined. Signed simply, Ben. Now, Ben is a major in the Department of Physics and Astronomy, but there are stories like Ben throughout this university, from biology to the humanities to education and business the health professions, to the natural resources, and the fine arts. Throughout the departments and throughout the colleges of this university, there are thousands of students receiving an education like Ben is receiving right now. And so now, graduates, now is the time to say thank you to the faculty and staff of this university that helped make your education possible. They are an amazing group. Well, let me, for a moment, turn your attention to the platform party. I want to introduce the leadership of the university. They work tirelessly, day in and day out, to make it possible for what happens in our classrooms, in our laboratories, in our studios, and in the field, and on the field, and on the court. So I will begin, and please hold your applause until they've all been introduced. But I'll begin with Dr. Christine Thomas, Dean of the College of Natural Resources, Dr. Christopher Sermo, Dean of the College of Letters and Science, Mr. Greg Deemer, Vice Chancellor for Business Affairs, Dr. Al Thompson, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, Ms. Kathy Binger, Interim Vice Chancellor for University Advancement, Dr. Greg Summers, Interim Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. Please acknowledge their contributions. The remaining of the platform party will be introduced later in the program. So graduates, commencement marks the beginning, just as the word implies. I know you have feelings of sadness and feelings of anxiety, and also feelings of great joy. Commencement is a proud time for family and friends. Commencement is a proud time for faculty and staff. Commencement also marks a time of new responsibilities, a time to start paying it forward wherever you can make a difference. And there are hundreds and hundreds of opportunities, from animal shelters to schools to food pantries to nursing homes to cleanups for rivers and streams. A time to support your community and to exercise your responsibility, be it at the polls or through volunteer work or just making life better for a neighbor down the street. You've gotten a good start already in your time at the university and the thousands and thousands of hours you have already volunteered in this community. You'll find yet another example in your program where many of you and your parents have already started giving back to the university, but more importantly, to benefit the students that follow behind you. So now let us celebrate commencement together. And to do that, I'm going to bring to the podium to introduce the other distinguished members of the audience and the graduating class. May I present once again our provost, Dr. Greg Summers.
Thank you, Chancellor Patterson, and good morning, everyone. It is the faculty of our university who are primarily responsible for determining academically who will join the ranks of our graduating class today. I want to thank both our retired and emeritus faculty and staff and our current teaching faculty and staff for their leadership and dedication to teaching, research, and community service. Will our retired, emeritus, and current faculty and staff stand, please, and let us recognize you. I think you deserve another thanks. We appreciate your continuing support. You may be seated. I would also like to thank specifically the faculty from the College of Letters and Science and the College of Natural Resources who are serving as marshals today. Our Grand Marshal for today's ceremony is Dennis Yockers, Professor of Natural Resources. Our faculty marshals include Brenda Lackey, Associate Professor of Natural Resources, and Cynthia McCabe, Professor and Chair of Mathematical Sciences. Our student marshals include Richard Hauer, Associate Professor of Natural Resources, and Mark Balhorn, Professor of English. Don Guay, Professor of Paper Science and Engineering, will read the graduates' names, and Karen Biasca, Professor of Paper Science and Engineering, will be announcing today. Thank you for all your help with this ceremony. As part of this occasion, we give special recognition to those students who have truly excelled both in and out of the classroom. And today I am pleased to introduce several groups of outstanding graduating seniors. We'll begin with those members of the Army ROTC program who were commissioned as second lieutenants in the United States Army just last night. These students have completed leadership and military courses in addition to their required courses. Will the newly commissioned second lieutenants in attendance please stand and remain standing as I read your names? Michael Miner, Daniel Nadu, Aurelia Pote, Katie Stefanades, and Ryan Victory. Congratulations to each of you. Now I would like to recognize members of our 2012 graduating class who have received the Chancellor's Leadership Award. Will the Chancellor's Leadership Award recipients please stand and remain standing while I comment on the award? The Chancellor's Leadership Award honors those graduating seniors who have demonstrated significant leadership, who have provided meaningful campus and community service, and who have shown a commitment to personal growth throughout their careers at this university. The names of these outstanding students are listed in the Commencement program. Congratulations to each of you. You may be seated. Now, will Phi Kappa Phi members please stand? Phi Kappa Phi is a national honor society that encourages superior scholarship in all academic disciplines and recognizes those persons of good character who have excelled in scholarship. The names of these outstanding students are also noted in the Commencement program. Congratulations to each of you. Members of another group of outstanding students are recognized as recipients of the Academic Honors Award. The faculty has established a program of academic honors to recognize undergraduate students for outstanding academic achievement. Graduation honors are awarded on the basis of the grade point average for all courses attempted, and there are 3 levels of academic honors: cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude. Will those students graduating with an overall grade point average of 3.5 to 3.74 please stand? These students are graduating cum laude. Congratulations. Please be seated. Will those students graduating with an overall grade point average of 3.75 to 3.89 please stand? These students are graduating magna cum laude. Congratulations to each of you. Among this morning's graduates, there are 20 students in this ceremony who have earned a grade point average of 3.9 or above, a summa cum laude designation. I will read their names in alphabetical order, and I ask that each of them please stand and remain standing as I read your name. Ryan Bemke, Whitney Boehm, Daniel Bondison, Justin Douglas, Madeline Edgar, Laura Griglak, Ryan Groshek, Michael Herman, Nicole Mackey, Darijane Markozashvili, Matthew Meith, Lucas Nathan, Kendra Ness, James Scott, Hannah Simonson, Matthew Tarasinski, Miranda Voss, Leah Wiersba, and Jacqueline Wrench. Please join me in congratulating these outstanding students. Now, this kind of impressive student achievement does not happen by accident. We are fortunate to have a very dedicated and talented faculty and staff who are filled with enthusiasm for both their disciplines and for their students. They care about each student, whether the student is struggling or succeeding. Many of them provide rich learning experiences for students while engaging in significant research and outreach endeavors that require long hours outside of the classroom and the office. And each year, a number of these exceptional individuals are selected by their colleagues and the students to be recipients of excellence awards for their teaching, their scholarship, and their service. Some of our University Award recipients are here with us today, and if they are in attendance, I ask each of them to stand and remain standing as I read their names. Valerie Barsky, Courtney Chafin, Nisha Fernando, and Richard Hauer each received the Excellence in Teaching Award. Dan Breinig and Susan Brewer are the recipients of the University Scholar Award. David Hastings and Nancy Lopayton-Lummis are recipients of the University Service Award. John Hardy received the Academic Staff Excellence Award, and Eric Olson won the Academic Spirit of Community Service Award. Please join me in congratulating these outstanding faculty members. You may be seated. Now, Dr. Al Thompson, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, will introduce the James H. Albertson Medallion recipients.
Thank you, Provost Summers, and good morning. I invite the following individuals if present to stand as I call their names. Rachel Aspelett, Daniel Bonderson, Stephanie Saseski, Courtney Holcomb, Tracy Johnson, Sarah Jordan, Talisha Joseph, Michelle Kobeck, Crystal Lobbs, Helen Leavenworth, Dorina Marco Zashvili, Chelsea Neefelt, Andy Richardson, Rachel Rutledge, Ryan Rutledge, Bonnie Schwob, and Joe Stoddick. These students are now a part of the 685 graduating seniors since 1967 who have received the James H. Albertson Medallion, given in memory of James Albertson, the 8th president of this university. James Albertson emphasized the importance of out-of-class learning, challenged students to be totally involved in the university and the community. The medallion given to these students in a special ceremony last evening is based on outstanding excellence in leadership, scholarship, campus and community involvement, and service, and a commitment to personal and professional growth. Join me in congratulating these individuals for their outstanding achievements. It is my pleasure to introduce once again Chancellor Bernie Patterson.
Thank you, Dr. Thompson. We are honored today to have as our spring commencement speaker James Kurth, a 1978 alumnus of UW-Stevens Point. As chief of the National Wildlife Refuge System, Jim manages more than 150 million acres and 555 units that make up the world's premier system of public lands and waters that conserve America's fish, wildlife, and plants. He has worked for the refuge system since 1979 and was its deputy chief for 12 years. Previously, he managed the Arctic Wildlife Refuge in northern Alaska, the largest at 20 million acres. He has also worked in refuges in Mississippi, Florida, Louisiana, Michigan, and Rhode Island. And on May the 7th of this year, he received the 2012 Outstanding Alumnus Award from the College of Natural Resources. About his career, Jim says this: I've had the chance to work in the field from the Everglades to the Arctic, and it has been an incredible adventure. But the best thing about my job is seeing the incredible conservation work by fish and wildlife colleagues and discovering that many of them are UW-Stevens Point alums. I love that part. He and his wife, Tricia, live in Centerville, Virginia, and they have 3 grown children. UW-Stevens Point class of 2012, and guest, will you please help me in greeting and thanking our commencement speaker, Jim Kurth. Jim?
Well, congratulations to you, the class of 2012, and my thanks to your family and friends who have supported you, and to the faculty and staff here at the university that have taught you and helped you to learn and grow. I want to start with a story about one of my favorite places, the Firth River Valley in the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. It's not the most spectacular place in the Arctic Refuge. Compared to the razor-edge peaks in the heart of the Brooks Range, it's handsome at best. Her hills roll more gently, and a brushy ruggedness belies the peaceful nature of this place. We were walking along the edge of the river, in and out of the willows and onto gravel bars, and the river was laughing at us as we stumbled along. There were large piles of droppings chock full of bright red berries that reminded us that we shared this land with grizzly bears, although we saw none. Shed moose antlers bleached white with age occasionally marked our way, and a bird flew low along the horizon to the south. One of our group quickly identified it as a hawk owl. Well, I had never seen a hawk owl before, so I pulled my field guide to the birds of Alaska out of my pack and wanted to make sure I could identify it correctly in the future. As we sat and rested, my mind began to wander, and I remembered just before we left Fairbanks, I had read a report of a biological reconnaissance of the Firth that had occurred some 15 years earlier. And in almost the exact same spot where we were exploring, my colleagues had observed a hawk owl nesting. And I wondered, could this be the same bird? And even though I didn't really know for sure how long hawk owls lived, I was reasonably proficient in the biology of birds, and I figured it was unlikely that that bird would still be alive. But I thought, could this hawk owl be perhaps the grandson or the great-granddaughter of the bird that we'd seen 15 years earlier? And I began to wonder, how long had hawk owl been in the Firth River Valley? Had hawk owl been there when Columbus discovered a new world? No doubt. Was hawk owl there when Christ walked the earth? Most likely. And I began to wonder, had hawk owl seen the scimitar cat and the short-faced bear? Did hawk owl hear the thunder of the mastodon? And I didn't know, and my mind drifted through this self-willed Pleistocene, conjuring up images of great beasts long gone, with hawk owl gliding low along the horizon through the valley. And as I returned to the present, I realized the power of this place. It had evoked in me a sense of timelessness. Hawk owl had connected me to the landscape in a way that both recalled and predicts our evolutionary destiny. A sense of our primeval past had merged with a consideration of what lies ahead for our species and our planet and for hawk owl. Well, I tell this story today because in another timeless moment, we also reflect on the past and we look to the future. We reflect on our time here at the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point. We tell stories of our adventures, of new friends, of new romances. We remember the challenges we faced, and that some of us that started this journey together aren't with us here today, and we remember them. We reflect on this university, which you now call alma mater, and the sense of community that we have found here. We also look to the future. We look to new adventures and new careers. Before us today are tomorrow's teachers and artists, bankers and business leaders, police officers, firefighters, conservation professionals, doctors and lawyers, dentists and dietitians, professions as diverse as the prairie wildflowers. While the paths that you are choosing differ, each and every one can be approached with an attitude of humble service. Consider what you want to do, not what you want to be. What you want to give, not what you want to get. It is through the nature of your service, rather than your choice of discipline, that you will find happiness and fulfillment. You learn that being part of this community, although you may not recognize it just yet. I love the years when Wisconsin was my home. Wisconsin's been home to the Chippewa and the Menominee, the Ho-Chunk, and the Dakota Sioux since time immemorial. It's also home to immigrants, like my English great-great-grandfather who pioneered in Clintonville, and my Irish and German relatives who settled in Madison, my Swiss relatives from New Glarus. They found opportunity here. They found lakes and rivers, the Wisconsin, the Mississippi, the Fox, and the Rock. They found Great Lakes, Michigan and Superior. They found oak savannas and prairies to the south and the great North Woods. They found the sand counties of central Wisconsin. They stayed and they built farms and communities and livelihoods. The landscape sustained them and it became their home. They stayed in a sense of this place, of Wisconsin, became part of them. My career and my life's work has been about conserving the nature of America, her wild places and wildlife. The foundation for that work was laid here at this university. I learned a lot through a great academic curriculum taught by outstanding faculty. I spent a lot of time here in the outdoors, too, rather than in the library, learning the natural history of Wisconsin. I felt great joy and excitement exploring the wild places of Wisconsin, and I know many of you have as well. I remember seeing my first bald eagle at Big Sand Lake near Phelps, hearing the bugling call of sandhill cranes at Necedah, watching prairie chickens on their booming grounds at Buena Vista. I loved hunting ducks along the Little Oak Plain River west of town and ice fishing on Partridge Lake near Wapaka. And I'll never forget Clam Lake. We have a sense of this place and a strong connection to the land. The sense of place kindles a desire to be thoughtful stewards of the land and water and the wild creatures that live therein. This past March, President Obama addressed a White House conference on conservation at the Interior Department where I work. He quoted the great conservationist Aldo Leopold saying, "Conservation is a positive exercise of skill and insight, not merely a negative exercise of abstinence and caution." That quote came from a 1939 essay called "The Farmer is a Conservationist," and Leopold went on to ask the question, what is meant by skill and insight? And this is how he answered. "This is the age of engineers, and for proof of this, I look not to boulder dams and China clippers, as to the farmer boy who is tending his tractor or building a radio. In a surprising number of men, there burns a curiosity about machines and loving care in their construction, maintenance, and use. This bent for mechanisms, even though clothed in greasy overalls, is often the pure fire of intellect. It is the earmark of our time. What few realize is that an equal bent for the mechanisms of nature is a possible earmark of some future generation." He went on, "No one dreamed 100 years ago that metal, air, petroleum, and electricity could coordinate as an engine. Few realize today that soil, water, plants, and animals are an engine. Our present skill in the care of mechanical engines did not arise from a fear lest they fail to do their work. Rather, it was born of curiosity and understanding. Prudence never kindled a fire in the human mind, and I have no hope for conservation born of fear. My hope is that you are that future generation. My hope is that you will be fearless. Your time here has given you two gifts: a sense of community that provides the foundation for humble service, and a sense of place that engenders thoughtful stewardship. I hope you cherish and nurture those special gifts. I graduated from this university 34 years ago in 1978. 34 years before I graduated, America's greatest generation was preparing to storm the beaches of Normandy. I thought that was ancient history at the time, and I suspect many of you think I'm ancient history as well. Yet today we all feel solidarity with that generation that helped to keep the world free. And today I feel solidarity with you because we have shared the same community. We have made our home in this same place. We built the same foundations here that allow for careers of humble service and thoughtful stewardship. Together, we face the same future. America needs a new greatest generation. I couldn't help but to notice driving here from Madison, there are a lot of very large signs shouting the things that divide us. I find it astonishing that even my field, the conservation of America's natural resources, is controversial and divisive. Nothing is more conservative than the conservative use of natural resources, nothing more progressive than building a sustainable future for our nation and our planet. They are the same thing. The new greatest generation must build bridges, not walls. I hope that you are that generation. Your next 34 years will go by in a blink of the eye. I hope the university remembers today, and 34 years from now, ask one of you to ascend this stage and address the graduating class. I hope that you will report not only that you kept our world free, but you made our presence on this good planet sustainable, that you kept it livable for our species and for Hawkow. Tell them how you did it through your hard work and humble service, your innovation and your thoughtful stewardship, through your fearlessness. And the class of 46 will feel solidarity with you, and they will reflect, and they will look forward, and one of them will address the class of 2080. And so it goes. Thank you for letting me share this special day with you. Congratulations to all of you. Good luck. Safe travels. God bless you all.
Jim, thank you for your message to our graduates. Very important and timely message. And once again, graduates, would you please give Jim a hand, a round of applause. So at this time, I'm ready to introduce our student speaker for this morning. I'm pleased to introduce Chinwei Kanauf, who is our 2012 class speaker. Chinwei is a native of Lodi, China, studying biology and chemistry. Her parents are Chao Yang Ren and Luo Lin, and her host parents are George and Joyce Kavalauskas. At this time, I would ask Luo and George and Joyce, who are here with us today, to please stand. Thank you. Thank you for coming today. So let me tell you a little about Chinwei. She's an honor student at UW Stevens Point. She served as the vice president of the American Chemical Society student organization, the public relations representative for the American Society of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology, and a group tutor of organic chemistry. She worked on research with chemistry assistant professor Nathan Bowling and was the first author of an article published in the Journal of Organic Chemistry. She also served as an academic resource coordinator in Thompson Hall and a member of the Student Health Advisory Committee, Beta 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 and Phi Kappa Phi Honor Society, and the National Residence Hall Honorary. The Chancellor Leadership Award and the University Leadership Award winner is a volunteer also in local schools, a senior citizen residence, and also she is volunteer at St. Michael's Hospital. Her future plans include attending Purdue University to earn a PhD in medicinal chemistry. I listened to Chinwei's speech earlier in the month. It's an outstanding speech. I hope you as well will enjoy it. Please help me welcome Chinwei Kanauf to our table.
Hi, everybody. I'm kind of nervous standing here because half of you probably will speak way better English than I do. Just remember, I'm from China, so. Good morning, Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, deans, honored guests, graduates, families, and friends. Time goes fast. I have been here 4 years. I clearly remembered it was late night, August 20th, 2008, when I first landed in the Central Wisconsin airport. It was the tiniest airport I've ever seen in my life. Yep, I was confused and I was in a huge panic. And soon I realized it is time to start a new chapter in my life in Central Wisconsin. And it turned out to be a really great experience. Thanks everyone I met here. It's you to make Stevens Point my home away from home. Special thanks to John, Joyce, Keisha, and Dr. Bowling. The University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point has meant something different to each of us. Either the College of Natural Resources or the student-oriented research opportunities, or the safe and friendly community that advocates diversity. I mean, maybe for many of us, the party in downtown Stevens Point or the party after Brewers game, Packers game is a great experience as well, right? But the most important part is everybody is so excited to be here. There is the possibility to learn, to explore, and to discover. The sense of possibility is what motivates us as students, professors, and staff. It also makes an impression on people who are watching us from outside. Me, as one of the many international students and visitors to the US, I have been deeply impressed by UWSP, the education, the research opportunities, and the fun time I had with my friends, either in downtown or some random house parties. That was a great time. College is definitely the most exciting and memorable experience in one person's life. The first time to be away from home, the first time to live in the residence halls, or maybe the first time to be completely independent. Do you guys still remember our new student orientation or the first few days we moved into residence halls? The upperclassmen drag us everywhere on campus, and we look up at everything on this campus and dreaming about our future. Do you still remember the bell tower standing over Old Man, the sunlight breaking through the Schmickley, and the upperclassman who led us knows all the secret pathways in science building? Right? And over the past 4 or more years, we not only learned all the secret pathways in all the campus buildings, we also grew up. We are equipped with the knowledge to pursue more advanced education or to create our own work as a professional in the future. For me, UWSP is where I prepared my personal life and my future graduate studies at Purdue. I still remember the first day of my freshman year. I was late for Dr. Zemas' freshman chemistry class. I ran into the classroom and I met my best friend, John. Now I have to call him my husband. I'm proud. And thank you. And I also remembered the first novel molecule I created in Dr. Nathan Bolling's research lab. It was Science D117, so science building meant a lot to me. For most of us, the anxiety of graduation hit us really bad in the past few weeks. And the job fears, we're probably desperate to impress the potential employers, or during the graduate school application weeks, maybe we constantly check the emails for acceptance or rejections. Sometimes, even now, we probably feel like we are at the top of a roller coaster. The next few seconds will be threatening, scary, and unknown. We want to stop it, but we cannot. Friends are starting to pull apart, and it's getting harder and harder to get close to them anymore. Every hug might be the last hug, and every goodbye might be the last goodbye. Everyone was getting on our nerves, and all we could think about was how much we are going to miss here, to miss everyone, and to miss Stevens Point. Let us face it, the class of 2012. We will have to say goodbye to college life. As we are preparing to leave, we might want to walk around campus again, just like our freshman orientation. Say goodbye to everything that was part of our daily life. Maybe have a walk in the front lawn of the Old Man where we first had our freshman picnic. Or maybe jog or bike in the trails in Schmickley again. Or maybe just hang out with your friends in the basement brew house or visit the classroom that we had 8 o'clock class that we were always late for. We are meant to move on in our lives. Let's think of everything we have accomplished over the years at UW Stevens Point. And thanks all the people that gathered here today to celebrate our achievements. What we learned here in Point will become the new height of our new greater achievements in the future. Please remember, once a pointer, always a pointer. As a proud pointer, it is our turn to do great things to our communities. And as Dr. Thompson introduced earlier, I'm a nerdy chemistry student, so please allow me to raise my favorite Erlenmeyer flasks and say congratulations to the class of 2012. We rock.
Thank you, Ching Wei. Good morning. I'm Christine Thomas, the Dean of the College of Natural Resources, and at this time, I ask that the parents of Eric Duffy please come to the stage. Eric was a senior in the College of Natural Resources. He was from Fitchburg, majoring in wildlife. Tragically, Eric passed away this past March. While he was a student at Stevens Point, Eric connected with many of our students and faculty members. He was the co-founder of the Ruffed Grouse Project for the Wildlife Society, as an example, under the direction of our wildlife professor, Jason Riddle. Eric loved travel, and one of the trips that he took was to Costa Rica as part of a study abroad program. His friends, family, and fellow students have started a memorial fund in his honor, including two, actually. One to fund research that the Wildlife Society is doing, and one to sponsor other students who want to go on the Costa Rica trip. In the hours and days immediately following Eric's death, the students and faculty of the College of Natural Resources and of the biology department began circulating photos and stories about Eric. The picture that emerged was one of a handsome, humorous, loving, caring young man. His passing left a gaping hole in the CNR and in the UWSP family. In honor of his accomplishments at UW Stevens Point, the faculty of our college has recommended that Eric Duffy be awarded the Bachelor of Science degree. And it's my honor to present this posthumous degree on behalf of the faculty to his parents, Darren and Joan Duffy. We extend our congratulations. At this time, we'd like to invite you to say a few words.
Thank you so much. This is a great honor. Thank you so much. What is it like to hold a wild bird in your bare hand? What is it like to camp in the rainforests of Costa Rica? What is it like to sleep under the stars in the deserts of New Mexico and the mountains of Arizona? What is it like to take a renewable energy class, and after being educated on the subject, know that you and just you alone can make a difference in this world? These are questions that I don't have the answers to because I did not have the privilege of attending the UW Stevens Point. But our son Eric, or Hank, as most of you called him, did. Our son loved this city. He called it his home. He loved his friends here. He called them his family. He loved his professors. He called them his heroes. And he loved this institution that molded and shaped his dreams into a reality. These dreams were not easy to achieve. It took hard work, dedication, and a commitment to self. If receiving the degree that you all hold today was easy, everybody would do it. It's not easy. It's not supposed to be. Eric took advantage of every opportunity. He put forth curiosity, ideas, and extreme effort to participate. Participation in life and the opportunities that come your way is the key to making the most out of every day. Eric took advantage of each day with gusto and delight, and he did not complain or get agitated. He just did. He may not have always been the best in the class, but he had the most heart. And that is always recognizable to others, and it's rewarded with things like friendship, smiles, and happiness. Eric would most definitely want you all to go out and participate in your life. Show up with a smile and put forth effort. This way, you will be assured of greatness. Eric would lift up this diploma today with the greatest of pride, knowing it was well-deserved, deeply cherished, and say, I could not have done this alone, not without the support of my friends, which became my family, my professors, who became my heroes, and this institution that became my dream, and my family. My Grandma Betty, who supported me through the triumph today of becoming a college graduate of the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point, a huge honor. Congratulations to you, Eric, and congratulations to all of you. Go forth, conquer, and never forget to participate in life. Thank you.
Thank you, Duffys, very much for the courage that it took to come and participate with us today. Ching Wei said it, Jim Kurth said it, and now I'm going to say it. Once a pointer, always a pointer. And we hope that you know that you're part of our pointer family forever. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Thomas, and thanks especially to the Duffys for being here to accept this honor in Eric's name. We are now ready to confer the degrees. Will the candidates for the master's degree please rise? Chancellor Patterson, on behalf of the graduate faculty of the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point, it is my privilege to present the May 2012 candidates for the master's degree. The graduate faculty and I recommend that, contingent upon the completion of all degree requirements, each candidate be conferred with the master's degree and, in testimony thereto, be given the diploma of this university.
By the authority vested to me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, and upon the recommendation of the graduate faculty of this university, I confer upon you the master's degree with all the honors and privileges that pertain thereto. Congratulations.
Candidates, please remain standing. Faculty representatives who will be participating in the hooding ceremony, please meet your candidate at the ramp. Marshals, please escort the master's degree candidates forward.
College of Natural Resources, Masters of Science in Natural Resources, Heidi Lynn Hull. Juanita Kratz, hooded by Rob Mikic. Jessica Piespanen, hooded by Dr. Jason Riddle. AJ Rep, hooded by Mike Hansen. Kevin Schwartz, hooded by Mike Demchek. College of Professional Studies, Masters of Science in Communicative Disorders, Speech and Language Pathology, Kristen Jeffsick, hooded by Dr. Gary Cumley.
I think we should congratulate our master's degree recipients one more time.
Good morning. I'm Chris Zimmer. I'm the Dean of the College of Letters and Science at UW Stevens Point. Will all candidates for degrees in the College of Letters and Science please stand? Chancellor Patterson, these students are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, or Associate degrees in the College of Letters and Science. I recommend that, contingent upon successful completion of their requirements, they receive the diploma of this university and that the appropriate degree be conferred upon each of them. Candidates, you may be seated.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in the College of Natural Resources please stand? Chancellor Patterson, these students are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in the College of Natural Resources. I recommend that, contingent upon successful completion of the requirements, they receive the diploma of this university and that the Bachelor of Science degree be conferred upon each of them. Now, will all the baccalaureate and associate degree candidates from both the College of Letters and Science and the College of Natural Resources please stand for conferral?
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, and upon the recommendation of the faculty of this university, I confer upon you the baccalaureate or associate degree with all the honors and privileges that pertain thereto. Congratulations.
Candidates, you may be seated. Marshals, please escort the baccalaureate and associate degree candidates forward by row.
College of Letters and Science, Bachelor of Arts, Stephanie Anola. All right, put you down. Catherine Anderson. Tegan Anderson. Katrina Shemansky. Arnold. Tiffany Baki. Nicholas H.F. Bergensky. Shelley Ann Langrek Bissonette. Michael Bixby. Jacqueline Beck. Lindsay Brick. Jody Bolness. Jada Batier. James Burrows. Lindsay Carlson. Clarissa Case. Brianna Cerny. Benjamin Cheddick. Grace Clark. Caitlin Cummings. Erin Cutlip. Samantha Dash. Tana G. Delone. Jenna Dietrich. You want that? All right, Prince Batman. Amanda Edwardson. Julie Anna Elliott. Ty Elliott. Kelly Jean Ellis. Kelly Erdman. T.C. Farber. Deanna Finnegan. Samantha Fisher. Isaiah Ford. Aaron Formella. Bethany Fredericks. Mary Freed. Joseph Geck. Nicole Greenwood. Laura Griglack. Heather Grimm. Ryan Groshek. Okay. Sarah Hageden, presented by her grandfather, Professor Emeritus Dr. Hugh Walker. Samantha Hahn. Christina Hardy. Jordan Held. Cody Kevin Leroy Henke. Leonard Hudson. Serena Jensen. Alicia Johnson. Timothy Patrick Clabundi. Lisa Megan Knuth. Savannah Kramus. Philip Kramsky. Ashley LaFond. Carla Lavernez. That's right. Jacinta Leah Landeros. Paige Loretta Lieber. Julie Lee. Ang Lee. Katie Lewis. David Litzheim. Christopher Lyon. Sarah Mankovecki. Rick Manthe. Darina Markozashvili. Maria Marshall. Timothy Martin. Aaron Jean Marvin. Kevin Mothi. Randa Meyer. Murphy Mazzano. John Murphy. Kimberly Nicholas. Amy Oshensky. Luda Perak, presented by Brendan Caldwell. Megan Playcheck. Aurelia Marie Holt. Anna Rakovich. Eric Anthony Reed. Jonathan Rezak. Megan Rosmanith. Faith Ellen Rubin. Michelle Lynn Jinkowski. Darrell Satterfield. Ilya Skolke. Schulke. Amanda Schusler. Okay. Jenya Shesky. Corey Snyder. Ariel Stebeck. Trent Thibodeau. Abram Thomas Toll. Taylor Van Rakel. Katrina M. Vorpagel. Leah Wersba. Yes. Saquist Williams. Meyer Wilcom. Michael S. Wilson. Eric Wright. Shur Yang. Samantha Zellner. Haley Zimmerman. Bachelor of Science. Brittany Abramowitz. Caitlin Albright. Melissa Aldridge. Ashley Anders. Rob Armatuski. Catherine Arnold. Mark Aktun. Melissa Bailey. Lisa Baczynski. Elizabeth Ball. Cassie Jo Barron. Lauren Bartnick. Mark Baxter. Jason Beal. Cassandra Bean. Everett Oliver Beck. William Beetham. Ryan Bemke. Adam Bimaski. Anna Bergeron. Stephanie Burgles. Jacob Berry. Logan Besaw. Kylie Betzler. William Charles Bilecki. Christopher Bishop. Jamie Blader. Whitney Boehm. Laura Berner. Mackenzie Rhett Bogdan. Samuel Bulgert. Daniel Bondison. Parker Brennan. Micah Brain. Brandon Kruger. Seth August Brum. Emmeline Bueller. Kenneth Campbell. Kevin D. Carlson. Logan T. Carlson. Whitney Carlson. Brandon Carmichael. Evan Carver. Hong Hang Chen. Narissa Christensen. Chelsea Hude. Ben Kluween. Katie Coonan. Kyle Coltman. Rachel Kaufman. Kristen Colgan. Andrew Richard Croto. Lawrence Dahl. Michael Deadweiler. Joshua Deisinger. Carly Devine. Kelsey Dobson. Catherine Donzi. Riley Doherty. Justin Douglas. Rachel Dozer. Samuel Deverak. Aaron Edelblut. Madeline Edgar. Rebecca Iden. Paulette Epstein. Ian Evans. Kelsey Finke. Jessica Franklin. Matthew Frintner. Katie Galligan. Christopher Garcia. William E. Gao. Casey Gates. What's that? Geelan. Cameron Thomas Geelan. Si Yuan Geng. Alexander Yaholkovsky Genshaw. Joy Stelzer Gerhardt. Gabriel Glenecki. Sarah Rowe Glund. Joseph Gorski. Karina K. Grodek. Jacob Halliday. Sean Holstead. Steve Hamilton. Calvin Hamus. Alicia Hansen. Braden William Hayes. Michael Herman. Emily Lynn Herwig. Ryan Thomas Hock. Casey Heft. Joseph Hottenstein. Paula Diane Houlihan. Carissa Marie Hovey. Daryl Adam Hulke. Evan Roy Hutchison. Craig Irwin. Mitchell Isaacson. Mitchell Jacobson. Megan Jacqueline. Dan Jenkins. Christina Johnson. Benjamin Jones. Kelly Kading. Andrea Kaltenbach. Eric Kaminsky. Matt Kitrowitz. Krishan Carroll. Kimberly Kidrusky. Elizabeth Kirchman. Megan Kitzrow. Catherine Clapmeyer. Hannah Claysmith. Shelley M. Colden. Adam Koopman. Corinne Korslin. Jeremiah Kosmak. David Kratz. Derek Krautkramer. Megan Craning. Nicholas Kroll. Leanna Krishak. Shinwei Ren Knopf. Crystal Labs. Ashley Lungevin. Morgan Lance. Stephen Lassie. Nicole Lenny. Renee Levy. Catherine Liebert. 1J Lee. Derek A. Lind. Kimberly Lindberg. Elizabeth M. Loomer. Shuomeng Lor. Eddie Lovely. Kaylee Lucas. Brenda Lundeen. Alex Luther. Elise Lynch. Megan Moskovich. Nicole Macy. Mackey. Megan Maidenwald. Christopher Magruder. Ashley May. Jason Mayer. Hillary McCants. Allison McKinley. Matthew Mice. Andrew Meshnick. Andrew Minton. Crystal Melk. Carney Mullenberg. Robin Miller. Samantha Miller. Kelly Lynn Minch. Elizabeth Marie Murphy. Sure. Lieutenant Danielle Netto. Mark Neinfeld. Rodney Nelson. Eric Dale Newmeyer. Audra Newman. Kendra Olivia Ness. Elisa Nicolaisen. Ikumi Nishi. Ariel Marie Novak. Courtney Nyberg. Eric N. Odell. Marsha G. Oberg. Sarah Olerman. Alyssa Olson. Ashley Orozco. Ben Overholt. Katie Overholt. Andrea Pedri. Darren Perry. Gabriel Peterson. Nick Pilsner. Tyler Ray Piper. Josiah Pop. Jocelyn Posley. Angelica Ransom. Samantha Rashid. Jaydeep Raval. Courtney Reinwand. Ebony Rhodes. Robert Riza. Brock Roberts. Joshua Rogers. Paige Elizabeth Rowland. Sarah Rudstrom. Caitlin Christine Rukamp. Natasha Russick. Timothy John Rushmer. Emily Sage. Hillary Sauer. Courtney Siebold. Brandon J. Selner. Ryan Servey. Mike Schiltz. Randall Schmidt. Nathaniel Schneider. Christine Schneider. Robert James Schroeder. Chelsea Lynn Schuett. James Scott. Dylan Schiff. Hannah Simonson. Krista Simpson. Kimberly Slegna. Anya Shodnensky. Jeremiah Snordum. Jenna Sonnentag. Jared Sorensen. Kyle Soik. Samantha Jo Stengel. Jenna Lee Stark. Katie Stefanidis. Aaron Michael Stelzel. William Stengrovics. Garrett Sternhagen. Elisa Stewart Mulhoney. Matthew Sullivan. Jared Sermon. Lucas Swart. Matt Shemanda. Sabrina Tellez. Brittany Trzynski. Kyle Robert Tesh. Dor Chi Tao. Melissa Thielen. Jacob Thompson. Daniel Telema. Austin Tollefson. Travis Treba. C. Jean Tu. Jennifer Lynn Ermansky. Melanie Jo Van Tatenhove. Stephanie Weil. Ryan Victory. Miranda Voss. Monica Wagner. Grayson Wayne Waldhart. Ji Ming Wang. Jennifer Wasserman. Samuel Werline. Pamela Wims. Brianna Winarski. Cassandra Winch, presented by Emeritus Professor Virgil Thiesfeld. Sarah Workman. Jacqueline Wrench. Jay Shu. Ying Shu. Mua Yang. Yang Yang. Christopher Yari. Elena Yankee. Julia Zander. Zachary David Zander. College of Natural Resources, Bachelor of Science. Amanda Nicole Anderson. Travis Anderson. Emily Baczynski. Nick Berbian. Is that Bauer? Matthew Bauer. Nicole Bessick. Sam Betterly. Shane Blair. Courtney Blumberg. Keith Allen Bollinger. David Burke. Simon Kane. Spencer Cheever. Gretchen Shire. Brian Krisnovich. Colt Christofferson. Erica Kloss. Anna Michelle Courtney. Scott Custer. Evan Duco. Eric Evenson. Nicole Fighton. Christopher Franklin. Ryan Friedel. Jared Fringer. Dustin Gabrielson. Andrew Gadow. Tyler Gagne. Shannon Gagnow. Andrew Gall. Ryan Giefer. Sarah Glute. Kristen Groth. Hillary Greibush. Cole Michael Gudis. Alyssa Gunderson. Rochelle Hayes. Katie Heath. Kate Marie Henry. Christopher Hill. Justin Hill. Casey J. Holloway. Jody Margaret Hopp. Ben Hoppy. Sarah Howard. Nate Huck. Hannah Hutler. Nicole Johns. Jamie Johnson. Laura Jeannie Johnson. Kevin Jones. Jonathan Kaiser. Michael Caston. Abraham Allen Kemp. Brandon Kennel. Kaylee King. Matt Cornelli. Jenna Kosnicki. Kimberly Kuber. Sam Kuyak. Christine Kabam Kershevsky. Jeff Kuso.
Yeah, Kuso.
Jimmy LaLuzerne. Kyle Lannon. John Larson. Curtis LaFolman. Matthew Loisinger. Austin Lieburn. Taolin. Catherine Lisco. Brian Ludke. Kyle Lynch. Nicholas Lutinen. Ryan Melkowski. Maggie Mann. Jason Marhaney. Cody A. Madison. Emmett McCarthy. Angela McGauley Jacobson. Ryan Mall. Marcus, hold on. Marcus Mueller. Lucas Nathan. Jonathan L. Nieneman. Thank you. Lauren Nishon. Molly Norland. Jeremiah Oftedal. Whitney Oftedal. Mitch Olds. Eric Olson. Matthew J. Pagel. Kelly Pahacek. Donnie Peterson. Tyler Peterson. Derek Petska. Guy Plager. Reynold Pleshek. Bryce Post. Garrett Kautz Prashi. Kyle Reedy. Kelsey Ryman. Andy Richardson. William Reese. Rocky. Kyle Rodenberg. Maggie Rolandi. William Roski. Jeremy Schill. Emily Schmid. Betty Sellenheim. Casey Robert Sellner. Adam Dean Service. Michael Simons. Andrew Smits. Tyler Tischer. Brian Thomas. Clay Utzig. Keith Verkeilen. Michael Brandon Walk. Chris Waz. Nathan Wade. Ryan Walters. Brandon Wambach. Joshua Lee Waka. Anna Wedig. Joshua Weed. Andrew Widener. Sarah Wendt. Catherine Marie Whitehead. Lucas Wiersma. Emily Wilhelm. Sean Whitty. Samuel Waberil. Jacob Walasik. Tyler Robert Wood. Melissa Yarrington. David Uris. Joshua Zarling. Boyu Zhang. College of Letters and Science, Associate's degree, Jordan McKinty. Did we survive?
We did. Yes, very well.
I butchered several.
Hey,
Reading them.
Marshals, you may be seated.
I don't know about you, but I think another round of applause is in order. Yay! Yes! Yes! Okay, graduates, you're still going to school here. You may move your tassels to the left side of your mortarboard to signify your graduation. Outstanding. It is now my pleasure to introduce Ray Oswald, President of the Alumni Association Board of Directors. Ray has served on the board since 1999, just 2 years after he received his degree from UW-Stevens Point. He is involved in his local Milwaukee chapter, is a legislative advocate for UW-Stevens Point, and has chaired the Alumni Communications Committee. Ray's efforts to help keep the alumni connected through technology, events, and traditions is unsurpassed. He's helped make UW-Stevens Point one of the first UW campuses to have an online alumni community. And he has spearheaded efforts to promote university through the Facebook, through LinkedIn, and through Twitter. A Pointer through and through, Ray is always out connecting, engaging, and meeting alumni to further our mission, strengthen our alumni ties, and share the Pointer story. Ray works for Fiserv Incorporated in Milwaukee as Vice President for Business Solutions and Consulting, and we couldn't be more proud to call him a Pointer. Please help me welcome Ray Oswald.
Well, thank you, Chancellor Patterson. Greetings and congratulations to each of you from the UWSP Alumni Association. I got to tell you, it feels great to be here today, not just because I feel honored to share the day with you, but because being here today has brought back so many fond memories when I was in your seat out there about 15 years ago. I, too, was excited to begin the next chapter of my life, as I know that each of you are today. I know that you're eager to complete the ceremony and continue celebrating all your many accomplishments, so I'll keep my comments brief. After all, today I serve as your B2B, and B2B is commonly referred to as a business-to-business relationship, but today B2B means barrier to beer, and I recognize I'm your barrier to beer, so we'll get on. Saying that UWSP is a special place is such an understatement. It's a place that changed my life, and it has also changed yours. It's a place where we learned how to learn, and we built life-lasting foundations for personal and professional relationships. And if you're like me, UWSP was also a place where you probably paid a few more parking tickets than you ever thought you would. Honestly, though, this place does give me goosebumps every time I return, and that's because UWSP is not just a place, it's a community, it's a family. There isn't much in life that's permanent, maybe not even that tattoo you got your freshman year, but being a Pointer is permanent, and let me tell you, I'm proud to be a Pointer. Today, we're recognizing and celebrating that all of you are an integral part of the UWSP family. You're one of over 70,000 alumni of UW-Stevens Point, and you are certainly one of the most important assets of this institution. Our alumni collectively constitute a major force in maintaining and shaping the reputation of the campus. As you go out there, you'll see that Pointers are everywhere. In fact, there are many Pointers right here in the field house today. My fellow Pointers, if you're with us here in the room, please stand up at this time and join me in giving an extra round of applause to our newest graduates. Please. Thank you. Like I said, Pointers are everywhere, and we're a hell of a lot of fun out there in the real world, too. There are Pointers in over 110 countries, and in just my small circle of friends, we've literally met new relationships on all 7 continents of the earth. So as you go out there, talk about Point and your experiences here, brag about UWSP, share your experiences, build new relationships, and please do stay connected. The value of your degree will continue to increase as more and more people learn about this great institution. Our hope at the Alumni Association is that we can help you stay in touch with former classmates and friends, as well as help you meet other alumni who have already graduated from UWSP. All of our alums share memories of their years here, and in turn have contributed to the success of the campus. I urge you to continue to think of yourself as a vital participant in the future of our alma mater. We always welcome your support, your involvement, and your ideas. The Alumni Association is here to strengthen the ties between you and your fellow Pointers and between you and your university home. You are now lifetime members of the UWSP Alumni Association, and this means you can attend alumni functions in the area that you live. They're fun. They provide opportunities to meet pointers you may know today to get reconnected with, as well as meet and create with new relationships. You're always welcome to come back for a visit. Please take advantage of career services, continuing education opportunities, and special events like homecoming that are held here on the campus for all alumni. Please stay connected online. The Alumni Association has an online community, a LinkedIn organization, a Facebook group, all just for pointers. We've grown those social media connections over the last years, and I hope that that will continue to grow today as you leave and sign up and help stay connected. These are just some of the many benefits you have at UWSP as an Alumni Association member. You also have benefits for discounts on insurances, free email forwarding addresses at uwsp.edu, many other benefits as well. So please check out the Alumni Association at uwsp.edu. I'd ask you to please continue to support the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point, assist us in recruitment of high school students, and be our link to them, and let us know how we can help. Please keep us informed. You're going to receive mailings and news from the campus from time to time, but in order for us to send those messages, we have to have updated information in the database. So please go online, let us know what your next chapter is, let us know what your new successes are, and please stay in touch. We know that you didn't get this far without a support network of friends and family. Now you have an even larger network you can lean on of 70,000 alumni. Wherever your talents take you after you leave campus today, please remember that UWSP will always be your home. Come back often, and please stay in touch. Congratulations to the class of 2012.
Thank you, Ray. Well, graduates, we hope that you will always consider UWSP your home. Please come back and visit often. Stay connected, stay in touch. Wish each of you continuing success and happiness. And we thank our guests today for being here and being part of this celebration. Lastly, it is tradition at UW-Stevens Point for the Chancellor to give a charge to the graduates at the end of the commencement ceremony. So I will do just that. So I ask the graduates today, what is it you expect me to say to you? What do you expect to hear? Perhaps you are anticipating that I will tell you to go out and be a leader, or to make good use of your education, or to make the world a better place for all of us. While these are certainly good thoughts, and we certainly want you to do these kinds of things when you leave and pursue wherever life takes you, but these are the same thoughts that are being expressed at every commencement across this country this spring. UW-Stevens Point is no ordinary university, and your experience here has been anything but ordinary. So I will say to you simply this: reach out to those who are alone. Speak up for those who have no voice. Stand up for those who cannot stand. And one final thought: the day will come, it will surely come, when you are confronted with an ethical dilemma. There will be no one to show you the way. There will be no one to ask. There will be no one to call. There will be no instruction manual. There will be no one to text. There will be no one to lean on. You will feel more alone than perhaps you ever have in your entire life. And it is at that precise moment, when it is up to you and up to you alone, that you will have to lean on your foundation. That is, your education and your faith in God. Now go and be servant leaders. Godspeed. Congratulations to the class of 2012. Go Pointers!
Before we leave today, we ask you to stand and join choral and general music education major Melissa Pfluger of Green Bay in singing our alma mater, The Purple and the Gold. She will be joined by the UW Stevens Point Concert Band. The words are printed on the last page of the commencement program. Audience, please be seated. Marshals, please release our faculty and graduates by row after the platform party has recessed. The audience is asked to please remain seated during the recessional. Thank you, and please travel safely this afternoon.